the Riverwalk, and this is one of these very unique, I think, to the city of San Antonio experiences. And we, over the time that we were in San Antonio, we probably went back to the Riverwalk, I think, every single day we were there.
Yeah.
So just a fantastic experience. And there is a particular section that has restaurants and shops, and it's the most congested. I don't know exactly how many miles the Riverwalk goes. It goes for quite a bit, but there's a particular area that's like the hub of the Riverwalk.
And the river, actually, they've created offshoots or canals that go off the main river. So when we were there, it took us a while to get orientated because you turn one way and you're not quite sure where you are, if you're on the main river or if you've turned another route. And they have canals that have bridges over them and big canals that go into a big shopping area, and it's massive. It's huge.
Now, we happened to be here on a busy football weekend, which brought in a lot of football fans coming from their cities to root for their teams. But what's interesting at the Riverwalk area is one of these evenings, it was the night before game day, there was so much happening and things being scheduled relating to the football game. So there was like this kind of a smallish amphitheater area. And we noticed people were starting to take seats there and stuff, and we decided, hey, we're going to take a break here because there's something going to be going on. And next thing you know, there's these boats coming in, bringing in bands and cheerleaders and the football team members, and it was just such a vibrant experience. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and just a lot of restaurants, a lot of food choices. If you like to be where the action is, the Riverwalk is one of those places. So we were very impressed with the Riverwalk, and there are boat tours that you can take. And we, on one evening, decided we were going to do the boat tour in the evening, and it was just a neat experience because, like you mentioned earlier, at the time of the year that we were there were still Christmas lights everywhere, even if it was after Christmas, which that in itself is almost kind of unusual because there's so many places anymore where, once it's the day after Christmas,
everything's gone.
Everything's gone, even though the true Christmas tradition is you get started on Christmas Day. So I think you all know the song 12 Days of Christmas, and no, it does not mean 12 days leading up to Christmas. Christmas Day is day number 1, and it goes on for 12 days after that. So San Antonio kind of gets that.
Yeah, congrats, San Antonio.
Yeah, and the Riverwalk is, it's really a gem, something we just enjoyed immensely.
Yeah. So one of the other things is the San Antonio Cathedral. If any of you know us and have listened to our podcasts, you know we're always drawn to our Catholic cathedrals that are in the area. Some of them are so beautiful, and we always like to go and look at them. This one is the San Fernando Catholic Church that dates back to 1738.
And one of the things I think that drew us there too is we had heard about there was the tombs of some of the folks that died in the Alamo that were interred at the cathedral.
Yes. I can't remember how many, but there were several of them.
Yeah, I think it's like right when you enter that front door.
We also had been hearing, or you had read about a light show that was actually reflected on the cathedral itself. And we decided one night that we were there that we're going to try to catch it. So we had gotten to the plaza area where the cathedral is, and kind of just sat down and waited for it to begin. And you could see they were setting up for it, and I had no idea what to expect. I mean,
nor did I.
It was just like, okay, some light show on the face of the cathedral, the facade of it, and I thought this is gonna be interesting, and it sure was. It was the most unique video art I have ever seen. Seriously,
I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, it was done by the international artist Xavier de Richmond, and it depicts the historical discovery and the settlement and the development of San Antonio throughout its history. The Saga projection covers 7,000 feet of light, color, and visual narration, which I loved. I loved that things were being spoken as this was happening. And against this incredible facade of the cathedral, one of our oldest cathedrals in the United States. The Saga is about 24 minutes. It captures you. You stay there the whole 24 minutes. It's just, I did anyway. It was just so interesting. And it brings all kinds of people from all over that have heard about this show and they want to see it. It's very well known, especially in that area.
Yeah, I'm really glad we stumbled across this because it wasn't on our planned itinerary. I didn't know anything about this as we were making our plans into San Antonio. I think one day we were walking by the cathedral and we saw some placard that kind of talked about it. And I was like, hey, that might be interesting. And we arrived there. It was dark. It was night. And then all of a sudden, I think you heard the bells. There was the bells ringing, and then the music started.
Yeah.
And it's this whole multimedia experience.
Fantastic.
And I've never seen art and visuals projected on a building where the building becomes the like the movie screen, if you would.
Well, yeah, but what was amazing to me is it was also telling a story. And it was so visual and it was moving constantly, but that story never got lost.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, very, very well done. Apparently, this has been going on in San Antonio since 2014, so I think it's now a staple in the city. So when you go to San Antonio, and this is a place you should put on your list, do make a point of finding out what nights and what times they play the Saga on the facade of San Antonio Cathedral, and it's very, very worth being there and experiencing that. So, San Antonio was wonderful. We have more that we did during the trip there. So, as we've done on some episodes in the past, when we have a lot to talk about for a certain place, that destination becomes a part 1, part 2, and that's what San Antonio is going to be. Some really, really fun things, super fun things that we did.
It was so fantastic. I just never expected it to be that wonderful.
Yeah. So
San Antonio, but but I mean, kudos to San Antonio. It was really nice.
Yeah.